How's it going? How's it going, guys? We're coming at you with another episode of the Rockstar Coaching Show. It's your host, Dustin Bogle, and
Coach Christian.
How's it going, guys? So, hey, we got an exciting topic. As you know, we're always talking to you guys, coaches, so that you can make a bigger impact on your clients, have an amazing career, but most importantly, have more influence on the clients you're working with now and the ones that follow you on social media and the clients that you're going to be, working with in the future. So today's topic is an interesting one, all right? It's about young coaches. So we're saying, hey, 20s, maybe young 30s, working with mature clients, all right? So these are people in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, that they've been around the block, they've tried a lot of diets, they've seen the fads come and go. Now they're working with you, and sometimes you have to do the right things to get them on your side so that you can have that coach-client relationship. So me and Chris are going to dive into some tips, some strategies, because that is our bread and butter. That's who we work with. We work with those middle-aged ladies. And, again, sometimes there could be that mental, adversarial relationship because they're asking themselves, do they understand me? They're younger than me by 1 or 2 decades, but sometimes they might even say, you're the opposite sex. You're a guy. You don't know what it's like to go through what I'm going through. So we're going to be helping you guys out because this is something that we've really just have a lot of reps under our belt, and we feel like we can help you with this type of situation. All right, so you ready to do this, dude?
I'm ready to go. And you know what? I really want to point out, the biggest issues with, in health in general, the number one consumer of health products like a gym or personal training in a group environment, personal training in general, is going to be a client that, guess what, goes to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, you either make a change or your health is going to be detrimental due to you not making any changes to it. So a lot of the times we're naturally dealing with older clients, and some of the big issues that I want to let you know straightforward off the get-go what we're going to address is we're going to address things like high blood pressure and medications, diabetes, cancer, just obesity in general and everything that comes with that, but thyroid issues, menopause, ladies hitting the time of the month. And the big thing is like I said, we're guys, male coaches, but at the end of the day, everything is hormone related, and a solid and an educated personal trainer coach will always have the advantage when it comes to coaching someone with this, whether they truly go through it themselves or just based on information. So like I said, we're going to educate you guys, let you guys know how to become better coaches, better trainers in general. And Dustin, let me pass it back to you.
Oh, no, I love it. And I think the first step is let's identify this client profile. So this person we're talking about, we sometimes profile her as Mrs. Jones. So who is Mrs. Jones? Mrs. Jones is 35 to 50 years old. She's probably got a couple kids. She's probably married. She's probably yo-yo dieted anywhere from 3 to 5 times. And she's just frustrated. She just wants to look and feel her best. She's not necessarily super obsessed with the scale, but she just wants to feel healthier, feel stronger, feel confident, all right? She wants her sexy back. And so, the big thing for her is that she just wants somebody that will listen, most importantly, all right? Because she's frustrated. She's tried so many diets, so many programs, so many solutions that didn't work. And now she's coming to you, but if you're quick to just shove her into your program and not listen, it's not likely she's gonna listen to you and what your advice is, and she's probably not gonna get results. And she might even self-sabotage, which I've seen multiple times, because she thinks to herself, you're just like the others, you're not gonna listen. So first step is we're identifying this profile, and the first step is active listening. So ask questions, but ask follow-up questions. Mrs. Jones, what is your goal, all right? How long have you been chasing that goal? What have you done to achieve that goal? What have you done that has not worked for you to achieve that goal? And by asking a lot of follow-up questions, registers in her mind, you actually care, all right? I know it's not something you can measure, but by asking follow-up questions, that is a measurement tool that you can use. So ask yourself, how many times do I ask a follow-up question, or do I just go with those surface questions like, hey, what is your goal? I want to lose 20 pounds. Great. Here's the waiver. Let's get you started. All right. Not the best intake process for you as a coach and a fitness professional. You got to go a few layers deeper than that. All right. So that's that first step. Do you got anything else that you want to throw in on there?
You know what? I mean, I feel like I got a lot to throw on there. Guys, we hang out with a lot of Marines. It seems like people that join the military usually, do their service and they come into the fitness industry. And something I've learned from the military in general is just to make sure that you guys earn that title of you being that Marine each and every single day. And look, we're not talking Marines right now, we're talking coaches, right? So personal trainers and coach, every single day you wake up, you got to earn that title. And the big way that you're going to earn that is, like Dustin said, asking why. The truth is that you're going to get your clients results based on how strong your relationship is with them. And it's very personal, right? We're talking about Mrs. Jones, but Mrs. Jones is your Mr., Mrs., whatever it is, your dream clientele, because we're talking to all trainers, all coaches. And the big thing is that you got to look at every client as an onion. All right. Yeah. Listen to me, like as an onion, you got layers and layers and layers of that onion that you need to peel back. And you can never ask why too many times. And the truth is that you just need to be yourself. You need to develop a personal relationship. And as a younger coach addressing older people as an authority, how do you earn that respect? Is that you show them that you care. Right? And by showing them that you care, you just continuously get to peel those layer backs, asking why, and truly listening. And that's all it really takes. Is no fancy science here. The thing is that you got to care. You got to peel those layers back. You got to continuously ask why every single day. Like back to that military reference, you got to earn this title every day. You don't get to know them for 3 months and go, hey, I know almost everything about them at this point in their life. Let me just put them on the back burner. You got to earn that title each and every single day. And by you doing that, you're going to become the most successful coach. You're going to build the strongest relationships, which means those clients are going to work their hardest for you and get the best results possible.
Yes. And I think that's a good place to bring up, with the military, respect. All right. Like there's so many military personnel that will come up to you now in their civilian life and they'll say, yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, and those types of phrases. And I think that, when we're talking about young coaches working with mature clients, this is absolutely critical. You got to be super polite. They demand respect. And if you don't give that to them, if you just treat them like a peer or a friend, there's going to be a really adversarial relationship as coach and client, because you probably have heard it. Like sometimes a client will say phrases like, you're too young to remember, or you don't have to deal with what I have to deal with. You're a or a decade or two younger than me. Like you probably just were born with a fast metabolism. So I know our first reaction might be like to get offended or to get upset or to say like, no, I got my own struggles, or like, no, I do get it, Mrs. Jones. I've had my own transformation. I used to be obese or overweight and I've transformed. But the big thing that they're just trying to say is that they're frustrated. Sometimes I always coach other coaches to say, don't listen to what the person says, listen to what the meaning is behind the words. All right. So when they say something like, I got kids as old as you, or you're 2 decades younger than me, you don't understand, they're not coming after you and attacking you personally. All right. So don't take it as that. What they're really saying is, I'm freaking frustrated and I want to see some change and I want to have a better life. I know I'm meant for more. Will you help me get there? All right. So I want you guys to really understand that, not get offended, again, younger coaches, we're talking to you. If you're working with those mature clients, don't get offended by those phrases that might just come out with a quickness. All right. Understand where they're coming from. But I guess to continue on with this, this strategy with the client, like Christian said, guys, the real thing here, we got to have a better relationship. If we just erase the ages, the reason a client will listen to you if they might be in their 40s or 50s and you're a coach in your 20s or 30s is because of the relationship, that you're listening, that you're asking deeper questions, you're trying to get to the why. So there's a great exercise that we actually learned called the connection audit, and I would really encourage you to do the same. All right, here's how it works. You take all your clients, list them on a piece of paper, you can write them or you could dump them on a spreadsheet, and you're going to put them into 3 categories. All right, here's how it works. Okay, stranger, you have no idea who this person is. You barely know their name, maybe even don't know, don't even know that. You don't know anything about their life, complete stranger, okay? Second, acquaintance, okay? We had some surface conversation. What do you do for a living? What do you do on the weekends? You got kids. We started the relationship process, but it's still very early on, all right? And then third is connection, all right? Strong connection. So that's where you know a lot about this person. You know their injuries, you know what their desires are, you know their goals, you know what they're training for, you know their food allergies, you know their food sensitivities, you know what diets have worked for them because maybe you've worked with them long enough that you know that about them and you know what they've done and it hasn't worked. You just have a really deep, strong connection. Okay, so the connection audit is what this exercise is called. Here's how it goes. You take all your clients, put them on a spreadsheet, a list, and then right next to them, you assign them one of those three categories. Are they a stranger, an acquaintance, or a connection? All right, your goal, coach, you said that you care about your clients more than anybody, is to get as many as possible into that connection category. All right, we have to get to 80% minimum. If you have anything below that, you're not living up to your promise as a coach, because you said, I will get you results and I will care about you more than any other coach, program, gym. But the question is, do you have that deep of a relationship with them? If you don't, now we know what we need to do. All right, that painful part is doing this connection audit, but the beauty that comes out of it is now you know what you need to do. You need to take action on building relationships. You don't need another cert that teaches you about diet. You don't need to go to another squat workshop. You don't need to read another book about human anatomy. You need to spend time with people, building connections. All right, that is what's going to help them. So begging you, please do this connection audit. It is one of the most powerful exercises you could do. Christian, you got anything else to throw on top of that?
Look, back at it, guys. The big thing is that when, like what Dustin's saying is that when they're kind of pulling out like, hey, you don't have experience with this, or I'm older than you, and I'm wiser than you, I've been through more than you, we got to realize that they're in the dirt and that they're relying on us to pull them out. But that means that we got to get muddy with them. If they're in the dirt, you got to put your hand in. You got to say, I got your back. And look, we're in this dirt together and I'm going to pull you out. And that means I'm willing to get muddy with you. The second that you get some mud on you, metaphorically speaking right here, that is when they're truly going to go, man, this person may be younger than me, but this person has showed up for me, right? Age is nothing but a number. And I'm telling you, if you're in the personal training industry, the fitness industry, you know that, because if you take care of your health, age is really just a number, because you can be old, healthy, and strong, full of energy, full of confidence. And the thing is that you are already that, but these people have gone through their lifetime without that. And they're just trying to see if you're the person willing to pull them out. But like I said, it's much more than you trying to stay clean, quote unquote. You really got to dive in with them. And like I said, get dirty, come out the mud with them, because a coach, and the real definition of a coach is literally, what's being pulled by that horse up front. You have the coach, which is the transportation unit, right? You're transporting them from point A to point B, but guess what? You're there with them every single step of the journey. And that's really what they need and what they want. Also, kind of what I want to dive into is, I promise you guys, we're going to talk about some of the biggest problems you will see dealing with clients that are older than you and maybe have a couple more health issues. And look, everything I addressed, high blood pressure, right? We got diabetes. Like I said, cancer, and a lot of other diseases in there, menopause, period, everything is going to be dealing towards the hormones. All right. So the big thing is trusting yourself as a trainer, as a coach, and getting your clients to be consistent with eating a balanced amount of protein, eating a quality amount of good fats, right? We have avocado, the good fat, and then you got all the grease, which is the bad fat. Get your clients on more avocado, more nuts, more nut butters, and I guarantee you the hormones are going to fall back into place. It's going to help the ladies with the menopause period. It's going to help them with that time of the month, getting in more iron, right? Like, look, the thing is that we recommend to our clients with their periods or the time of the month, we say, hey, eat more iron, because iron is going to create more oxygen in the body. It's not just during the time of the month. Every human being should want more oxygen every single day. So like I said, if you just get them to truly commit to a balanced lifestyle, moderate carbs, healthy fats, good amount of protein, tons of vegetables, and a lot of hydration, good quality sleep, you're going to notice, and you stick to your guns, because they're going to hit you with, I'm this, here's my background, here's this background, here's that background, and they're going to make you feel like you need a different answer for each and every single client. And the truth is, you just need to build that relationship and stick to your guns and realize, no, you just need your vegetables, you just need your protein, you just need healthy fats, you just need a balanced amount of carbs. It's not the carbs that are the issue, it's just how much you're consuming on the weekends. Yes. The second you stick to your guns and you show them that you don't budge and you don't move, they realize, hey, this person's young, but this person is obviously confident enough that they're not going to take my excuses for what they are, excuses, and they're going to help me grow. The second that you establish that strength with your clients, I guarantee you they're going to listen to your advice, and before you know it, they're all going to be changing.
Yes. And, to kind of like segue on that, that's the nutrition side of things. That's the prescription. But the big thing is that you'll notice with people in this age category is their stress levels are skyrocketing. Ooh. All right. Oh, huge. Man. And so it's this compound effect. Like if you're stressed out for years and then decades, it's no wonder that you gain weight, all right? Because you've been worried about your career, you've been worried about your kids, and then your marriage, and don't forget the friends and the other family members, and all the stuff that you got to do in a day, and you got to pay the bills. And so these are adults that have tremendous responsibility, so their stress is super, super high. All right, so one of the things as a coach is to coach them through stress management. All right, you could ask them questions about their eating habits and their why and what they've done that hasn't worked. But the biggest thing, like Christian said here, is if their hormones are way out of whack, which is probably one of the things that you could kind of lead with, is that you need to look at those precursors, all right? How's your sleep quality? Is it disturbed? Are you kicking and tossing? And are you waking up every couple hours like, your sleep is no good? Are you destroying your body in the gym? Are you doing, 2 workouts a day? Do you work out 7 days a week? Like, there are no days off. Like, they might be in that grind mentality. Are they starving themselves silly? Like, are they eating 800 calories a day and their body's like craving for food? And so now it's super stressed out. Are they dehydrated to the max? All right. Do they drink no water? Maybe they're just pounding, pot of coffee to get through their day because they need it so that they can redline through their day that has like a ton of stuff to do, but they're so dependent on coffee that their body's crazy stressed and their adrenals are drained and they're not getting anywhere near the amount of water they should be consuming. So these are simple things, but how many people are doing them? How many people are drinking enough water, getting enough sleep, managing their stress, not taking days off in the gym and just doing some active recovery? I would argue that most of your clients are not. And so it sounds very simplistic, but it's the stuff that changes our bodies, all right? These are the habits that lead to our hormonal health and our habits that lead to our mental health. And we got to really take the time to educate them about that. So yeah, again, this age category, they're super stressed out. So help them with stress management, and that will get them the results that they're looking for. It'll help to regulate their hormones, and it'll help to change their body in the way they want it to and the way you want it to as well.
And you know what? Just touching on stress management, be the young, respectful person to call them out on it. And to kind of ask them, like when they're coming to you with different problems and you go, well, are you eating your protein? Are you doing your water? And they go, yeah, because I hear it often as a coach, as a trainer, your clients, they want to be the dream client. They're like, I'm doing everything you told me. I'm meal prepping. I have it all figured out, coach. I'm still not seeing results. It's not my fault. It's something else's fault. I don't know. Trust me, you guys will hear this 90% of the time, if I'm being honest. And at the end of the day, when you're that coach and that young person that goes, well, are you stressed? Like, how's work? How's the home life? How's, parenting life? Whatever it is, all of a sudden they go, oh man, like this person hit a deeper level. And all it takes is for you to push that button. They do the rest of the work, but you just have to be that coach, that client that respectfully listens to them and also pushes that button. That way you can make them realize, oh man, I am stressed out. And that way they can make changes. And every time they see you, they're going to be reminded of that. And like I said, that's how you start becoming a young, youthful role model that older people look up to, even though you're younger.
Yes. All right, guys. So we hope you loved today's content. If you did, make sure you join us in our free group called the Rockstar Coaching Academy. Find it on Facebook. Jump in. We're near 900 high-level coaches in there, and we're going to see you there. And we'll see you again next week for the next episode of the Rockstar Coaching Show. Later, guys.
Woo!